everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using the Sending You Lots of Love word die to make a card. I'm also going to be using the heart stencil. So sit back and relax and enjoy this tutorial. So I cut a piece of the powdered sugar cardstock down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to be using the heart stencil as well as bubblegum, candy, and guava inks. And I am just going to blend this out using the lightest color at the bottom. And then the medium color, and then the darkest color obviously at the top. And I'm using the same tip of my brush, so I'm just wiping the darker color off before I put the next color on. Okay, so here is what it looks like, and I'm just going to trim off some of the excess because you can see that I got a little bit here, so I'm going to trim some of that off, and I'll be able to use that on a card base. And these stencils, they wipe clean with the inks. If you just use water, it just wipes off so that they look brand new again. So I'm just taking a piece of the powdered sugar cardstock, and I'm just putting some ink on here because I want to die cut this particular piece of paper, and I want to have my die cut to have some of this ink blending in it. Next, I'm going to take this heart die that came with the free gift from the Die Hard Club for December, and I am going to die cut this out of my blended cardstock. So when you die cut this particular die, the only solid heart that comes out is the small one. So I went ahead and ink blended some more paper, and I die cut that out a total of 4 times, so I have 4 hearts. I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but I'm going to go with that for now. And you can see that they're all different color pinks. They're nicely blended. Looks really pretty. So I have a guava piece of cardstock, and this measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I cut this panel down to 4 by 5. And I'm just going to take some guava ribbon, and I'm going to put it towards the bottom of this layer. I want to make sure that it is in a straight line. I'm just going to hold it down with some purple tape while I check and make sure, nope, it's not straight. Okay, and then I'm just going to use some tape to hold that down. Let me go ahead and lift that up. I don't need all of this, so we'll cut off the excess. And that layer is going to go right on top of that one. So I'm going to add some liquid glue. And peel up this tape. Next I have my die Sending Lots of Love, and I cut the shadow layer out of the guava cardstock, and I cut the words out of the powdered sugar. And I did put double-sided adhesive on the back of this word, and that way it's easier to stick down. Next, I'm going to take the hearts and I'm going to put foam only on the back of one. I think I'm going to use this one. And this one I want to adhere down flat on the card. So I'm just going to put some tape on the one that I want flat. So this one is going to have the tape. And then this one is going to have foam to add some dimension. And then we'll be ready to add this sentiment. So next, for these hearts that are on the die cut, we're going to use this small die, and the paper that I had ink blended, I'm going to die cut some of those hearts out of the ink blended paper. And then I'm just going to adhere those hearts with some liquid glue. Next, I'm taking a powdered sugar card base and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. All right, so now we're ready to attach this to the card base, and I think I'm going to, rather than attaching it flat, I'm going to attach it with some foam tape just to add a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to attach some foam tape to the entire back of my of this layer. Okay, so there's the back, and then I'm just going to peel this up and attach it to my card base. So I'm just going to add some glitter to these hearts using my sparkle pens. So you can see how that looks. And there's the finished card. So you can see the dimension that is added to the layer on the card base, as well as with the heart. And the sentiment, I think, is absolutely beautiful. And I love the little details with the hearts there. And then the heart stencil, how it's ink blended, goes from dark to light. This is the perfect card for Valentine's Day, or just to say, I love you.